So I've got a few minutes. Low and sleeping in the back. I was in a conversation online with some people, and someone was kind of offended because I used the term weaker conscience. And I could be wrong in this theology, but here's how I understand Romans 14. So the person with the weaker conscience would have the stricter boundaries. And so as we're sanctified, our consciences may become less weak, or if we have a background in something, we might face more temptation when our consciences are less weak, or when our consciences are weak, or we have the weaker conscience. So it's not a bad thing. As brothers and sisters in Christ, we are called to respect each other's conscience. If they for me, I have a weaker conscience around certain practices, spiritual practices from other belief systems, that I don't partake in eating meat that's been or eating food that's been sacrificed to any idol from another religion. And then also there's certain things that there's just certain things I don't partake in. I don't do a lot with more of the spiritual religions and those types of things. Sometimes I'll just step back and observe, or that type of thing. But you might be okay with it. And maybe that's not a great example. So a more common one is drinking. I'm okay being around alcohol, and I'm okay having a drink of wine or whatnot. But you might not be okay with that, and that's okay. That would be the person who's not okay with it would be the one with the weaker conscience. It's my responsibility not to tempt or to belittle or make the person with the weaker conscience feel bad about it. I think within Christianity, there's maybe a group of Christians that would be I don't drink, and that's a proud thing. So you might think that you are not so that you think you're better, but that you are more sanctified, that you're more holy, you're better because you don't partake. And I think my understanding of Romans 14 is that that person would actually have the weaker conscience. And so I'm not using it derogatorily. I'm not saying you have a weaker conscience, that's bad. It's that's my understanding of the way that it's used, is that the person with the weaker conscience is the person abstaining, and we as brothers and sisters are called to respect that weaker conscience. We're called to not tempt them to sin, because if you feel that it is sin if you feel like it is sinful and you don't have a clear conscience about it, then you don't do the thing. And if it's something that I partake in, it's my job to not do that around you, or to not do it. I don't remember all the bullet points in there, but so that's what I mean. It's a different element of sanctification in that specific area, and it's not we're all works in progress, right? And I don't think that it if you choose not to drink, that's great. I don't think that that means that you need to be sanctified in that area to be okay around drinking, or to be okay drinking. It means that that's where we're at in this fallen, broken world, and that's okay to abstain. It's okay to have a past. It's okay to have that. We all have pasts, and now we are all under Jesus. So anyway, so I hope that makes sense with the weaker conscience, and that's how I'm using it. And I could be totally wrong in how it's used. I could be mixed up on it. But that's currently how I'm using the term. So if you hear me say it, I'm not trying to be mean or disrespectful by saying that this person or this means it's a weaker conscience, this is a stronger conscience. It's not a comparison game. It's we are one body, and we are all at different levels of sanctification. We're all different levels of different, I don't know if levels is even the right word, but we're all in, our process of sanctification is unique and different. And and maybe it's not even sanctification. I don't know. That could be totally wrong too. It might not be. I think of it as sanctification because I think of the longer someone's been walking with the Lord after being an alcoholic, the farther away from the alcohol they are, the closer to Jesus, and their actions are impacted less by, so my fingernail, we just got done at the dam, the power. So anyways, my fingernails are disgusting. But anyway, so yeah, so I'm not using it derogatorily. And if I'm wrong, let's talk about it. And I'm totally willing to be wrong on it. That's how I'm using it though. So know that I'm not meaning it this Christian's better than this Christian. That's silly. It's just where people have different consciences, and we need to respect that in other people, and we have different boundaries sometimes as well. And I think that's I think an example too, our family is a foster family, not right now, but when we foster again, or me working with teen moms, I will go in situations that a lot of families won't go into. And now that we have a bio kid bio kid, foster parent term, right? I'm not currently leading Young Lives with teen moms, but there were situations I would go in that I wouldn't take him in. And so now my conscience might be weaker because I have someone that I am discipling, and I do not want to confuse him. and maybe his conscience is weaker than so there's different boundaries, and we all have different boundaries, and they might change at different points in life. So maybe it's not sanctification. I don't know. Anyways, I hope that helps. Yeah, let me know if I'm wrong too. Comment below. I don't have this memorized, so it's just remembering the passage and how I've interpreted it and understood it and been taught. So.